You know what Americans love more than almost anything? McDonald's. And in some moment of genius, somebody decided that Donald Trump should go work a shift at a McDonald's. And he did. And it was amazing.
Grab that.
Can you give him extra salt?
No.
Okay, where's the little thing?
Medium.
Well, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody. How are you? What a good-looking family. Oh, thank you.
Now there's a new menu item, the Bigly Mac. I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire, which is America. We're 2 weeks away. 2 weeks today, away from the election. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. If you don't like that, you're in the wrong place. I do think, and a lot of people online were saying, if Trump can fix the ice cream machine at McDonald's, he would take all 50 states.
Can I get an Oreo McFlurry? We're not serving ice cream right now. It's broken at the moment. Can I get you something?
He could fix America. Here's what I realized watching all of this play out. He works the fry later. He's very natural while they're showing him how to do it. And then he takes the fries out and he salts them. And then he very gingerly puts the fries into the little container and he says, never touches the human hand.
Keep it tight. We got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
And here's what I realized when he said that. We know Donald Trump. There was something endearing about it. And I was like, wow, I'm totally the kind of person that's going to fall for a populist dictator.
Kim is not evil. He was just born into a hard situation. You are fucking stupid.
Like, I am completely the person who falls for this because there's something about someone who's that rich doing something that's a job that generally people look down on. He's showing people this is not a job that's beneath them. There was something endearing about that. There was also something that I realized, like, we know Trump. We know he's a germphobe. He never touches the human hand. We know he's a germphobe. We know he loves McDonald's. We know Trump. We don't know Harris. This is why they're panicking. We also know all of the bad things about him. There's very little that we could find out about Trump that would take him down at this point.
So what you're saying is, I'm indestructible. Oh, no.
People accept whatever they accept about him, and they still love him and are determined to vote for him and want him to be president. And they're willing to overlook his character defects or his personality flaws. With Kamala, there's still a lot of ground for her to lose because we don't know her. She still feels like an empty vessel. She still seems like a person who has just purely been looking for power since she was on the scene. It's easy to forget what you say. Like in 2019, Kamala said she worked in McDonald's in the 80s. It was a throwaway line. I don't think she ever thought it would come back to haunt her. It's something that may or may not be true. It can or can't be fact checked. The media doesn't seem to be having any interest in actually looking into it. I don't know why they didn't think of this first. I don't know why someone on the Harris campaign was, you know what? Okay, so they're all making fun of you and saying that you didn't work at McDonald's, and conservative media is trying to undermine it and say that you never did. Why don't we get you a shift at McDonald's? Let's do this. Let's go. How clearly obvious is that?
The level of incompetence in this office is staggering.
And he did it to basically troll her.
Mr. President, you actually have worked at McDonald's now versus...
Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Oh, God, it was just so on brand. Trump has incredible brand discipline. We think of Trump with McDonald's. We think of him as a troll. We think of him as kind of this man of the people, even though he sits on a golden toilet, which is amazing. He's out there sitting in a drive-thru, whipping cheeseburgers at people like, get out there, get your fat ass out there to vote, Harry.
Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch. You're going to vote for Trump today, Harry.
My favorite part was when he was handing the food to the people and he was like, I made it myself. It's going to be the best you've ever had. I was like, that's just so typical.
It's going to be the best you ever. I made it myself.
So that was like a typical media stunt. It was pretty brilliant, if you ask me and most people. I think most people enjoyed it and thought it was funny. And then the left, like for some reason, it just broke the brain of left-wing media. MSNBC spent hours talking about it. They cut away from one story to talk about how he was doing this clearly photo op. Then they were like, rumors are circulating online that Donald Trump doesn't work at McDonald's. And we're like, no shit. This was a stunt? Oh, we thought he was working at McDonald's while he was running for president.
Hello, everybody. Sir. My first day at McDonald's. I'm looking for a job.
Everybody's acting like these political photo ops are something weird, like out of the norm.
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. So this is just another one of those stunts.
How dare he do this thing that literally Tim Walz did? We just covered it. He went fake pheasant hunting. Kamala's whole campaign is a fake political stunt. And we're supposed to be mad because he went to McDonald's. And then they were like, oh, this wasn't even a real McDonald's. It was a McDonald's that had been shut down for the day.
It was a total made-up stop. They shut the McDonald's down, and then they had supporters practice going through the drive-thru. So it wasn't even a day that the McDonald's was open for business.
Oh, you don't say. He didn't just stop in a random McDonald's and just start working there and just deal with completely unvetted people driving through the drive-thru after nearly being assassinated twice at this point? That's so weird, guys. Somehow their response makes everything more hilarious, but also worse.
He is so inept at pretending to be a real person that he really, literally cannot operate the fry machine as a normal worker.
Several actual McDonald's workers who examined a video of his performance earned mixed reviews from workers and patrons alike. Oh, really? The president, who's been a rich young man and elderly person billionaire, never worked a fry later in his life, didn't know how to work a fry later? I'm shocked. I love that they're critiquing his performance in the New York Times. This is what you're doing with your time? Who are you trying to convince with this? What independent like me is going to read that article and go, oh man, Trump couldn't work the fry later? Well, I can't vote for that guy.
But this changes literally this changes everything.
No, I know. We can never tell.
I might actually puke. Get back a little. I might puke. Stay back.
I gotta vote for Kamala, who may or may not know how to work a fry later, but this random person in the New York Times who works at McDonald's said Trump's performance was a 5 out of 10. We live in the dumbest times. Lots of left-wing media they were joking about how he was a convicted felon. They're like, oh, it's good to know that, McDonald's will hire a felon or a convict. I'm like, why are you using that as a slur? Aren't you the party that's about rehabilitating convicts? Aren't we the people who were supposedly the empathetic ones? Shouldn't former felons who come out of prison have some opportunity to work? I didn't understand the use of that as a slur, and I don't think it went the way they wanted it to go at all. And then Tim Walz went on The View. He was talking about how Trump working at McDonald's is an insult to people who work at McDonald's.
She actually worked in a McDonald's. She didn't go and pander and disrespect McDonald's workers by standing there in your red tie and take a picture.
Do you guys hear yourselves? You sound like elitists.
Yeah.
And Claire Lehman had a really brilliant tweet about how populism isn't just economics, it's also aesthetic. And by doing things like going to McDonald's and working there, he is signaling, and eating McDonald's, but I think he just likes McDonald's, he's signaling that he has and appreciates the taste of the common person. And that is endearing to people who are struggling and people who are trying to put food on the table. You see so much of the smug condescension. They tried with the whole joy thing. That lasted about 5 minutes. It seems like Trump was having a pretty good time out there at McDonald's, working the window, the drive-thru. Now, the joy seems like it's gone from the Harris campaign, and they feel like they're scrambling. It's going to be funny if the McDonald's thing is what wins it. Like, Americans just love McDonald's. We all have such a nostalgic memory of it, too. Getting the, like, you know,
Happy Meals
and going to the playgrounds and getting shards of fiberglass in the backs of your legs. I've been craving McDonald's for 3 days. That's how long it's been in the news cycle. It has made me think about the fries, and all I want are those sweet McDonald's fries. Have you been on a 4-day McDonald's bender? I'm about to go on one. Getting in shape can be so hard, though. We all know it. Most of us have struggled with it. That's why the Caliber app has been life-changing for me. There's lots of proof in all of the comments on all of my Instagram videos. Caliber is a strength training and nutrition coaching program that's completely personalized to you. I've been using it for the last 4 months. Through their app, you get paired with a personal trainer on a fitness program and nutrition plan completely customized to your goals, whether it's muscle building, weight loss, ditching the dad bod, or mom bod. Your trainer is there to help you achieve your goals. My arms are getting stronger and more toned. There's more definition. It has been incredible just focusing on the nutrition aspect and how much protein I should be eating. I am obsessed with it. Even like our cousin the other day was asking Maggie, like, what's Bridget been doing? She looks great. And it's like, this app, this is literally what I've been doing. We've arranged a special deal for our Dumpster Fire audience where you get $100 off for the first 3 months. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not happy with the program. So click the link below to get signed up. Go to caliberstrong.com/dumpster to get your $100 off the first 3 months. Link is in the description below. Now let's check the weather with Diana Alvarado.
Esta línea va avanzando rápidamente y bueno, el tiempo, aunque se sentirá seco y estable por la tarde, no se esperan algunos chubascos que pudieran presentarse, sobre todo en zonas altas de la ciudad.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons. The best way to support this show is to go join us at Phetasy.com. You get the unedited version of Dumpster Fire, which, let me tell you, is unhinged and worth the price of admission. I don't know much about it, but it does sound like Donald Trump is gay for Arnold Palmer.
But Arnold Palmer was all man, and I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God. That's unbelievable.
I can't even think of Arnold Palmer as anything other than a drink because I'm a waitress. I didn't realize he was talking about Arnold Palmer's dick, I guess.
Yeah. I guess he spent like 10 minutes talking about how hung Arnold Palmer was at a rally.
What do you make of this?
I don't know. It's just
is this him being unhinged? Is it him just trying to bro down?
Him. It's just very like he just train of thought. He literally, I don't know why he got on that train, but that's his train of thought. And he had an Arnold Palmer story he really wanted to share.
It is funny to just like follow Donald Trump's train of thoughts where you're like, all right, I guess we're talking about Arnold Palmer's dick right now.
Never know where this train's going to derail.
But again, it's very amusing. I'm like, okay, it's not the most hurtful thing I've ever heard. And it is quite hilarious. And I didn't know that Arnold Palmer was hung, but it makes sense.
He was being complimentary of another man's dick.
Dudes talk about other... I mean, they do.
Yeah.
They all freaking do. Dudes do this all the time.
Not really. Maybe. It's classified.
They're always
Maybe
comparing.
Not so much. All the dudes I know who are hung...
Here we go. Now I'm curious as to where this train of thought is going.
Their buddies are always making them pull out their dicks. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments. If you have a dude friend who is hung, don't you make him pull out his wang here and there just to show it off for your friends?
Or at least in your youth, you might have.
In your youth, not in your adulthood.
Yeah.
Not like maybe at the golf club. I don't know. When I heard him talking about that, I'm like, it's also weird and kind of gay, but I also think all guys are weird and kind of gay at some point.
You think to yourself, that was weird, but I'm not gay. You are. You are gay.
Well, they're all definitely comparing dicks in the locker room. You know, an odd glance here or there. They note who is hung.
They're just obsessed with their dick.
Yes.
And frankly, I don't blame them. You can't ignore it. It's like a dangling appendage. It would be so annoying. Especially if it was big. Thank you, to everyone who makes the dumpster fire possible, for spreading the love of dumpster fire, for getting out there and telling people about us, telling people about Walk-Ins Welcome. We are completely independent. Nobody supports us other than our advertisers and sponsors and you. So unfortunately, we don't have any of that Russia money, but luckily it makes us be able to say whatever we want. We're just out here trying to make you laugh while the world burns, and we love you. We do love you. And I loved watching Dumpster Fire with you. I will try to make sure that I'm in that chat when we launch it and premiere it, because it was very fun. You guys are very funny. You have funny jokes, and you came up with a sketch that we're shooting. So good on you. You might come up with an idea that we end up making. Thank you to our sponsor, Caliber. And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
I know you're frustrated, okay? I know you're having these big feelings that you don't know what to do with. But if you don't shut the fuck up and put your shoes on, then I'm gonna start having big feelings, and I might start screaming, which is gonna make you have even bigger feelings. Isn't that scary? Yeah, so let's slip those Crocs on, okay?
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Take the work seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. Things will be fine. Everything's gonna be all right, or they won't. Either way, we're all in this together. Try and help someone out today. We love you. This has been your Dumpster Fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich so I can make more of these motherfuckers. So I can buy some McDonald's.
And the unicorns dance while the